if I break it down for you and kind of talk about, you know, kind of what I'm thinking, it'll kind of help you see a little bit of what I'm seeing. Maybe there's a way we can find common ground on this issue, because it's a serious issue. You know, it's a serious issue. A lot of us love hip hop music. A lot of us love, you know, what rappers produce in the studio. A lot of us have observed how the industry has changed over time, and you know, and the thing about it is that you know, there's a point where you know, you have to really be honest about what you're seeing. You have to really talk about it. If you don't talk about it, then it only continues to fester, and there are, you know, and the people that really understand what's going on, you know, are remaining silent, and the community loses. So, so let's talk a little bit about what we see as far as, you know, artists go. And before I begin, I want to say good morning to Final Thought and Most Wanted App and K1017. What do you think about Pop Smoke's situation? I'm gonna talk about that. I'd like to talk specifically about hip hop today. And I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna be brief, and I'm gonna be as respectful as I could possibly be, while at the same time being as honest as I could possibly be. You know, I'm a guy who's followed, you know, obviously has followed hip hop pretty closely. You know, I'm a person that's you know, I've been on a lot of different you know, radio and TV shows, hip hop type shows. You guys, I think I was on Breakfast Club maybe 3 or 4 times, something like that. And and here's the thing, you know, when I go on these shows. And I tell Alicia this all the time. I said, you know, when I go on there, I said, the older you get, the more stuff just kind of seems a little bit strange. You know, the older you get, because you can reference it against certain things, because you understand things young people don't understand, the more stuff makes you say, damn, like, why would he do that? Like that was some stupid shit, you know? And instead of kind of really just going completely in that direction, what I try to do is, I told Alicia, I said, you know, I really try, in order to respect hip hop, I really try to like it. I try, you know, if there's new music that comes out and it's something that I've never seen before, something that I don't understand, I take a second to say, you know, how do I learn how to put myself in the shoes of a young person, you know, who's checking this out? You know, how do I stop for a second and appreciate the talent that these young people have in the game of hip hop? Because they got talent. They all got talent, even the ones that look like they ain't got no damn talent. You know, even the ones that look like they out just straight cooning for a living, even those people have talent. You know, there is a lot of talent in hip hop. And so I hope that we can begin the conversation as a respectful one, to say that, you know, that we can acknowledge their talent while at the same time doing our job as the non-21-year-olds in the room, to help them to really understand kind of what's really going on, the big picture of these things. And that's what we're supposed to do. So I'm going to go into Uncle Boyce mode. Type Uncle Boyce in the chat if you're okay with me going into Uncle Boyce mode. I like to go into Uncle Boyce mode because I'm 48, not 28, which means that there's some things that I've seen, things I understand that others may not see. Also, before I forget, I want to remind you guys, I'll be in Atlanta next week. Andre Hatchett and I are doing a Black Wealth Talk, and we're going to basically do something live. It's going to be very small, only 50 people allowed in the room. So if you're interested in going to that event, feel free to go to DrBoyceAtlanta.com. That's DrBoyceAtlanta.com. All right, so hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. So let's get it. Let's dig deeper. All right, so I want to talk specifically about what I've been seeing in hip hop lately. Somebody asked me, what do I think about the Pop Smoke situation? Well, you know, I saw I researched Pop Smoke. Whenever something goes down with a rapper, I always research and I say, okay, what happened with him? Like, where did he come from? How did he get big? You know, what was his hit song? And what you notice, the trend with rappers that you notice is that rappers come out of nowhere because basically they have one song that just blows up. You know, like, so for Pop Smoke, it was Welcome to the Party. That was the song that I saw that got the most views. And it's good. It's a good song. Great. You know, the beat is really nice. Like, a lot of times with music now, they rely a lot more on the beat than on actual lyrical ability. Like, back in the day, you know, we used to really, you know, people really judge you based on how well you could actually rap and pull words together and be a wordsmith and all that. And they still have some of that. Like, you see that maybe with Kendrick Lamar and D1 and guys like that. But really, you know, a lot of music is just, you know, you have a good beat and if you fit a culture, if you market and brand a specific type of culture, then your song could go well, right? So the types of culture that the people that consume hip hop, which is mostly white people who really fund this. White folks are the ones who support this. You know, we're performing for them because they're the ones who make you rich. You know, they like to see stereotypical black male culture portrayed in the video. Like, you can't put out you know, Pop Smoke song and have something corny on screen, right? You have to have specific things in your video to make it cool, right? So you have to, you know, you'll have you know, maybe some guns, maybe, you know, somebody throwing up gang signs, maybe, and that's what I saw in Pop Smoke's video. I guess he was gang affiliated, which, you know, I'm not judging it. It's just what it was. You'll see, you know, maybe the latest dance, of course, maybe nice cars. Usually it's nice cars, material stuff, you know, nice cars, maybe something to make you look tough, like a pit bull or something barking, like, you know, gold and jewelry and stuff like that. You know, maybe the women might have some Gucci or something, and big booties to go with it. You know, it's like a formula. It's really a formula. And people who shoot these videos, and I know a lot of people who shoot hip hop music videos, I know people who are in that industry, they just know the formula. You know, a lot of times it'll be, you know, some guy who's my age who's like, oh yeah, we got to put this in there, this in there, this in there, you know, some liquor in there. If you're blowing smoke in the air, like if you're smoking something, that makes you look cool. If you, you know, if you look like you might shoot somebody, and you got big booties nearby with a Lamborghini, then you got a video. You got a video in your hands, and you throw in a nice beat, and you win. That's how Tekashi 6ix9ine went from nothing to something like overnight. Was he basically leaned on the brand of the Bloods out of New York, where he basically had them come in the video, and everybody thinks that's cool, and basically that's how he blew up. And so I'm really here to kind of, you know, kind of digest this and dissect it just a little bit for those who kind of want to really understand what the overall implication is on this. It's not a good implication for the Black community. You know, one of my good friends is a guy named David Banner. And one of the reasons I respect David Banner is because David actually said a long time ago, he said that when he went overseas and he started touring in other countries, David started seeing how other people saw Black people as a result of what corporations were marketing in the music. You know, David Banner, he said that when he went to other places and he saw how people just saw the Black man as worthless, as a thug, as a criminal, as a man who would rather beat his woman than love his woman, you know, as a man who'd rather blow his money than build his wealth, a man who'd rather be ignorant than to read a book, a man who'd rather harm somebody than to help somebody. You know, he said, I can't be a part of this no more. Because what's happening is when they do this, when they market these images of you, they're really setting you up for justifiable extermination. They're using media, the power of media, which is always used for oppressed people. They're using this to explain why they had to shoot your son in the back. They're explaining to white folks, like, look at how these people behave, and this is why we got to put them in prison as quickly as possible, because you see what happens when they get loose. And so what rappers do, unfortunately, the ones who are young and who are just happy, you know, to just go get some money, is they don't understand that they are willful accomplices in the extermination of the Black male in America and the extermination of the Black family, because Black men are the ones who lead Black families. You destroy, you chop off the head, then you kill the whole body. So when they exterminate the Black man and they present these images to the world, a couple of things are happening. Number one, they are showing you to the world as a beast. They're showing you to the world as ignorant. They're showing you to the world as violent. They're showing you to the world as a person who cannot ever have respect for women. They're showing you to the world as somebody who don't deserve reparations, because you're going to just take your reparations and run to the Gucci store. They're showing you to the world as a drug addict. They're showing you to the world as an alcoholic. They're showing you to the world as a person who doesn't want to do anything good with his life. They're showing you to the world as a man who can't even love his own damn children. And then what happens is two things happen. One, the white folks in power, they then say, you know, when they're sitting on juries and they're deciding they're going to send a young Black man to prison for 80 years because a white woman said he touched my titty, then they're like, yeah, well, we might as well send them. We might as well send them to prison because you know, because look at him. I mean, look at, he matches the description. He fits the description of the guy that I saw in that video. And then also, what the other thing that it does is you're sending a message to young Black men. Young Black men are watching the minstrel show and they're imitating the minstrel show. Young Black men are seeing this behavior and they're saying, okay, this is how I become successful. I don't become successful in life by reading a book. I become successful in life by being as ignorant as possible, because if I read a book, people are going to make fun of me. People are going to laugh at me. You know, when I was in college, I remember I didn't want to be a loser. I said, I'm going to study as hard as I can because I want to get ahead in this world. I didn't have no black male friends who rolled with me on that. Nobody would ride with me on that. Everybody was like, well, come on, man. Like, let's go to the party. Let's go get some girls. Let's go hit some weed. Let's go, drink some liquor. And I was like, I don't like any of those things because I saw my uncles get destroyed over these things. I saw my uncles become alcoholics, and I saw how my uncles, not all of them, and I'm not disrespecting my family here, but I saw people in my own family whose kids don't even respect them. I said, I don't want to be that man. I don't want to be a man. I want to be a strong man. I want to be a black man. I want to be a leading man. I want to be a man where my children, where young people around me can look at me and say, that's my daddy right there. Or that's my uncle. Or that's Boyce. That's what I look up to that guy. I don't want to be a guy who's pissy drunk, falling all over himself, can't be depended upon, always high, always drunk, always a day late and a dollar short, always ignorant, always broke, always struggling, always in jail, always losing, never winning, never getting ahead, never thinking ahead, never strategizing to be ahead. I don't want to be that guy. So I remember how much of a struggle it was just to find other people that would ride with me on that. Like I didn't have many friends when I was in school because I was like, damn, like, does everybody want to like just sit around and do nothing? Like why is it that a step show is more important than a math test? I don't understand this. Step shows, I give zero fucks about a step show. I'm not going to be a professional stepper. Like, why the hell am I going to spend more time preparing for a step show than I am for a math test? I'm not dissing step shows. If you're Greek, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying that if you go to a lot of college campuses, you'll see a lot of misguided young people who are majoring in the minors, who are lost. And a lot of the reason that they start lost and stay lost is because the white people that are controlling their world don't want them to ever get found. They don't want them to find themselves. That's why they'll never have, a lot of white campuses ban people like me coming to campus because I call out the racism and I truly care about these young people. Instead, they'll have a white person sitting in front of you saying, well, everything's okay. You are a minority, by the way, and being a minority means that you're supposed to be stupid. Being black means you're supposed to be dumb and you're supposed to be behind and you're disabled. You're just like a retarded person. You're kind of handicapped. So we're gonna put you in the category with the disabled people and the senior citizens and the gay people because you just don't fit in and you're just not good enough and you can't do anything in life without somebody taking care of you. So what I want us to kind of process is how imagery and media creates this narrative. I want us to process how the constant playing the minstrel show on repeat for young black men to consume is destroying not just these men, it's destroying your families because these are the men that are supposed to be leading your families. If you're a black woman in her 30s or in her 40s and you have not been able to find a decent husband, I want you to tell me, give me a yes or no, ladies, if you feel what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm saying. How many motherfucking fools have you been meeting when you go out and you try to date a mature man that's ready to raise a family? How many times do you go on dates and literally wonder to yourself, like, what is going on? Like, I went on a date with a 45-year-old black man who thinks he's 22. Like, how many of you ladies do you please testify on this? I'm not dissing all brothers. I'm not here to say that. There's a lot of strong, upstanding, quality black men. In fact, at my events that I see them, I tell all the ladies, like, if you want to meet a quality black man, come to one of my events because only quality men tend to follow me. Weak-ass men tend to run away the same way Richard Pryor ran away from Jim Brown. Because, Richard Pryor was into all kinds of stuff. He was into the drugs. He said something about how he slept with a man for 3 weeks just to see if he would like it. Jim Brown wasn't into that. So Jim Brown pushed Richard Pryor to be a better man. Jim Brown pushed Richard Pryor to let go of the drugs. He pushed him to let go of all the craziness and to be serious, to be a serious man. And Richard Pryor didn't like that. Richard Pryor ran away whenever he started avoiding Jim because he didn't want that accountability. So a lot of men who are not positioned to know what manhood is supposed to mean, they run away from accountability. So the men that tend to come to my events, actually, honestly, these are just quality dudes. They're either quality men or they're trying to be quality men because I don't stutter. I do not stutter when I tell you what I believe a quality man is supposed to be. And they say, yes, I agree with that. And that's why they show up. So in our community, give me a yes or no. I need confirmation that you guys understand what I'm saying here. We need quality men in our community. Yes or no? We need quality men in our community. And I'm going to ask you a question about this. And I'm not blaming rappers. This is not anti-rappers. I have a lot of friends that are rappers and And one of my friends who's a famous rapper texted me. He said, Doc, you know, I want to introduce you to some more rappers, but I don't want them to think that you hate rappers. And so can you kind of tone it down a little bit? I said, I'm not toning down shit because I don't hate rappers. I love rappers. I love hip hop. That's my favorite music. So I can be honest with you without you getting all sensitive and thinking that I hate you. Me holding you accountable does not mean I hate you. It means I'm saying we can do better. It means I'm saying that we can, as a black man, as black men, can do better as a community, man. Seriously. So so let me be specific here. Let me ask you some questions. Give me a yes or no. When you talk about quality black men, first of all, yes or no? Do we need quality black men in our community? Yes or no? Will our community prosper as our black men rise? If every black man in America was as disciplined and as intelligent and sharp and respectful and what's the word I'm looking for? And put together and well put together as the Nation of Islam, will we have a better community? Would our community be better off? If all black men, now I'm not talking about the religious part. I don't care if you're Muslim or whatever. That stuff doesn't matter to me. But if all black men in America, you know, did what the men in the Nation of Islam do, would our community be better off? Give me a yes or no. Yes or no. If all the black men in our community, you know, just watch the Nation of Islam and copy some of their behavior, maybe the way they dress. You know, most brothers in the nation show up sharp, right? The way they carry themselves. Brothers in the nation, they stay on code. They tend to. Not to say that they're perfect. Not to say that there's never been a mistake that's been made there. But the brothers I know in the nation, if they say they're going to call you at 2 o'clock on Tuesday, they're calling you at 1:59. If the brothers in the nation that I know, if you have a dispute or a disagreement, they will call you and they will address and work through the disagreement. They're not going to call you cussing you out or go talk behind your back or go crazy about you. They're going to work it out with you if they can, right? And I'm just saying this. I have to give props. We have to give props where it's due, and we have to identify the places that are producing the kinds of men that we want, and we must also identify the places that are producing the kinds of men that we don't want. So give me a yes or no. Is a quality black man a man who stays high and drunk all the time? Hip hop music loves to promote drug addiction and alcohol consumption. Yes or no? Or do quality black men stay high and drunk all the time? Would you want your daddy to be popping mollies every 20 seconds or always walk around with a liquor bottle in his hand? Yes or no? Do quality black men, just constantly engage in alcohol and drugs all the time? No. Give me a yes or no. And this is, I'm talking about the images promoted through a lot of hip hop. Yes or no? Is a man better able to take care of his family if he's in prison? You know, if he's in prison, because they make the music so they can fill the prisons up. I hope y'all understand this. I hope you understand that the white folks who market this music, the white folks who pick which rapper gets a record deal, they're promoting this stuff so that they can fill up their penitentiaries because they're promoting criminal behavior, right? So yes or no? Is it, you know, will a man be a great father if he's in prison? Usually no. Doesn't mean you can't try, but it's better to be free so you can really do what you want. A lot of times you in prison. I know a guy who got 14 life sentences, and from a very early age, his children did not respect him because they're like, well, you might get mad at me for not doing my homework, but what you gonna do from jail? You ain't shit. You can't help me. You can't do nothing for me. You sitting up in jail, right? Seriously, this is the truth. This is me keeping it real with you. Give me a yes or no. Does a quality black man disrespect black women? You know, you had a rapper in the media lately, the baby. He's the baby, DaBaby. He's very talented. Alicia and I actually liked him. You know, we heard him talk. We said, okay, he sounds like a smart young guy. You know, but I just saw a video of him punching a woman, like cross-arming her in the face. And I'm not, you know, and I think he said that he hit her. She hit him in the eye with the cell phone or something. Like she was trying to get his picture, get video. And so that's why he felt justified in punching her in the face. But I'm going to just say that I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. I don't think, you know, my friend Raheem Shabazz, he's a filmmaker in Atlanta, a good brother. You know, he said that, you know, if a man had accidentally hit him in the face with the phone, would he have punched the man out? And I didn't like what I saw, you know, and it was very unfortunate that, you know, because we have people that just worship rappers so much, will justify anything a rapper does, anything a rapper says. And I just personally think as a community, we can do better than that. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to support the platform and help us grow, feel free to go to intelligentblackpeople.com. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. I'll be in Atlanta on the 13th with Andre C. Hatchett doing a private event. So if you'd like to come out to the event, go to DrBoyceAtlanta.com. That's DrBoyceAtlanta.com. We're going to sell out, so there won't be any tickets at the door. So if you want to get a ticket, you should get it right there on the website. Because it's only for 50 people. We got a small venue deliberately so we can all talk to each other. Okay, so when I'm thinking about rappers and some of the problems I'm seeing in terms of what's there, here's I'm gonna break this down for you. Rappers, are a police officer's dream. A lot of the rappers are a dream for the cops because for some reason, a few things happen. One, whoever these Jewish or white people are that are running the industry, because usually if you look at their managers, they're not black people. They're usually from another community. The people doing the promotion, the people that are pushing the imagery are not black. And one of the things they love to do is they love to promote criminal behavior. They love to, that's how you keep it real, right? Because they're like, oh yeah, the black man is a criminal. So you're not, in the eyes of some, you're not considered authentic as a black man if you ain't out trying to kill somebody. You're not seen as authentic as a black man if you ain't out here trying to shine or whatever. You're not seen as authentic if you're too intelligent. You're not seen as authentic if you're not out, disrespecting women and high and drunk and all this other stuff, right? So when they're promoting all this, you're promoting illegal behavior, right? So police like this because they're like, okay, the rapper is gonna, make a video where he's gonna have a whole bunch of guns, Tech 9s and AK-47s and all these other guns, and you have a city like New York where the gun laws are extremely strict. Well, they're like, okay, cool, thank you for showing us on video the weapons that you have. Same thing happens in Chicago. They got a lot of rappers that go down on federal charges and their friends, and they use the videos as evidence. They play the video in the courtroom, or they'll kill somebody. And I guess killing somebody ain't fun unless you rap about it. So then they'll kill somebody and rap about it, and they'll use the music as evidence. So you really, seriously, like really, they're like, okay, we got a big pack of dumb motherfuckers here who literally will snitch on themselves. And so this is easy. These are easy cases because we get paid when you go down. They get paid when you go to jail. They get paid when they go make the arrest. They get paid when they show up at your studio because they then know you're in the studio. They go and they tap your phones. They follow you around because they know that at some point they're going to be able to find some drugs on you because that's your culture. You're promoting illegal drug consumption, so you're going to have drugs. They know that you'll probably have some weapons because that's what's being promoted in that culture. But then also, unfortunately, the culture becomes so toxic that you get into spaces where you feel like you have to have the guns because everybody else got guns. Because somehow this beautiful art form called hip hop got bastardized into this really toxic, scary environment where even successful rappers who don't want no drama are dealing with drama. They're going to nightclubs everywhere and they feel like they gotta carry guns just for protection. Remember when T.I. got popped for buying all those illegal weapons back in the day? He was facing a lot of time. And I remember, as he rapped about, because I listen to music really carefully. I don't just listen for the beat. I analyze things. And I heard him talking about, watching his best friend get killed right next to him. And that's traumatizing. Like, that's crazy. That's traumatizing. And so he wanted to buy the guns because he felt like he had to protect himself, right? So it creates this really toxic environment. So the police know if we show up at your studio, we're going to find definitely a bunch of weed and other drugs. We're going to find some weapons. And then they don't tell them what else we're going to find on you because we're following you around. We're watching your every move. And you make easy targets for who we're going to send to jail, and you are a big fish. In China, they have a saying that the biggest pig always gets slaughtered. So you're the biggest pig, and you're the loudest pig, because that's the culture that you're in. And because you're the biggest pig and the loudest pig, they get the most props for taking you down. So basically, that's where the Bobby Shmurdas come from. Anybody remember Bobby Shmurda? Give me a yes or no if you remember the case of Bobby Shmurda. I do, because I watch all this happen. Every year, I watch how there's a rapper that nobody knows about who's super famous, whose video has 100 million views. Again, this is all corporate created. There's a white man's corporation behind all of this, right? Suddenly, this guy who's out of nowhere has a video with 100 million views promoting the most toxic, self-destructive behavior and imagery imaginable. And the reason he's doing that is because he's getting paid for the minstrel show. White folks pay good for the minstrel show. You got all kinds of minstrel shows. You got the Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King minstrel shows. Like, okay, you take down a black man, you go out here and you play the Aunt Jemima role, we'll give you $1 billion. And then you got the black man minstrel show. You show up, popping mollies, smoking blunts, killing black people, disrespecting black women, driving a Lamborghini, and wasting all your money. Then you're gonna have a hot video. You're gonna be the hottest thing smoking. And this is not music that's being sold to black people. The imagery is being sold and validated by black people, and black people imitate the minstrel show because a lot of us see that as the pathway to success. We allow that to shape our culture because we're all white supremacists, meaning that we see white people better than us. We see white success as meaning something. We say, oh, okay, so I can be successful if I imitate the rapper, not if I imitate the doctor, the lawyer, or the CEO. Right? So effectively, imagine this. Here's how you can imagine how hip hop operates. Hip hop is consumed mostly by white folks and people around the world. Because they don't respect you as a black man, they only want to buy your music if you present an image that fits the stereotype. No different from a man who goes to a strip club and says, I want to see women, but only if they're shaking their ass. If she ain't pulling her titties out, then I don't want nothing to do with her. I don't come to the strip club if I'm a man who goes to strip clubs. I don't go to the strip club to see a woman read a book. I don't go to the strip club to see a woman preach a sermon. I don't go to the strip club to see a woman behave in an intelligent way. I go to the strip club because I want to see women shaking ass, right? So they don't want to buy music from a black man because they want to hear how intelligent the black man is. They don't buy music from a black man because they want to hear about the black man's commitment to the struggle. They don't buy music from the black man because they want to hear about the importance of good fatherhood and educating yourself. They buy music from a black man because they want you to behave in the way that they perceive the black man is supposed to behave. They want you to be a nigga. They want you to be a thug. They want you to be a dope addict. They want you to be a gangbanger. They want you to be somebody that is on his way to prison, that's happy to go to prison, looking forward to go, like getting ready for prison like you getting ready for college. They enjoy that. That's why they buy your music. They don't, so we misinterpret that to say, oh, look, we're so popular. I'm so popular. That means they respect me. That means they love me. They don't love your dumb ass. They don't love you. They don't like you. They don't respect you. They respect you as much as people respected the most popular girl in school who was giving blowjobs in the bathroom. Sure, if she's giving it up in the bathroom to every boy who walks by, then yeah, she's gonna be extremely popular with the boys, and she's gonna have a lot of friends. She ain't never gonna sit down at lunch have to eat by herself. But if that little girl is somehow misinterpreting all that attention to mean that somebody really respects her, or the fact that she's got 100,000 likes on Instagram to mean that they really respect her, then somebody needs to sit her down and talk to her about the difference between people liking you and people respecting you. See, that's the thing. They like you. They love the black man. They love the way we present. We represent the darker side of society. We represent the dangerous side. They like the rebellious aspect that we bring to the table. So they like us, but they do not respect us. So when they're buying all your records and white folks are rewarding you for behaving like a damn monkey, you think you won, but really you're the biggest loser. Really, you lost in a major way. And even more than you losing, your community lost, because every time somebody puts out a negative image of black people, all black people pay that price. When somebody mass markets with a white corporation, they mass market a negative image of black people that's filled with stereotypes. The whole black community is paying a price for your success. Every time they market an image of the black man as a thug, a gangster, a criminal, and a killer, there are young black men who are on trial right now who have been falsely accused, who are going to go to jail because the jury already has an image planted in their mind from what they saw on TV. Studies show that what people see on television impacts how they view the world. So you're selling the minstrel show, and I hope that it's worth it because you're making a lot of money from that. I know this. You and your handlers are making a lot of money. But here's the other thing with the minstrel show. So I want you to imagine this. I want you to visualize this. Imagine the Cotton Club in 1920, and you got a black man on stage doing the minstrel show. You know, he's doing the Mr. Charlie dance, right? Like a lot of rappers, like the minstrel kind of ideology is, you exaggerate, right? Like you're extra dumb. Your smile's extra big, your lips are extra red, your teeth are extra white, and you smiling extra hard, right? You're going overboard. Well, rap, hip hop, unfortunately, fits the minstrel show, some of it, not all of it, right? I'm not talking about the real rappers. I'm talking about the ones that y'all know who I'm talking about. So you're fitting the minstrel show because you're overboard, right? Everybody else might have 2 or 3 tattoos. You got 170, right? Everybody else might think that a little violence is called for sometimes, but you thugged out every chance you get. You banging over breakfast, right? Everybody else, thinks money is good, but you got the Lamborghini and you throwing money in the air, right? Everybody else thinks maybe they might have something in their teeth, some gold or diamonds, whatever. You got a whole grill of multicolored. Anybody ever seen Tekashi 6ix9ine and how he was smiling? He had the whole mouth full of all these different color teeth, because that's what you do in the minstrel show. You want attention. You like, hey boss, ha, rah, right? Like that's what you're doing, right? So imagine you're in the Cotton Club and you got the Negro on stage doing the minstrel show. So you got 2 people in that club. You got the black boy who's the bus boy, who's not invited in the club unless he's there to work. And so he's serving these white people who are sitting in the audience and they're like, right? So they're watching. So the black boy is watching the minstrel show on stage, right? So pay attention now. Listen, this is only for intelligent black people. This is, other people may not get this, may go over some people's heads. So the boy is serving the white man who's watching the minstrel show. And they're both observing the same thing, but from very different perspectives. The white man doesn't respect the black man on stage, right? He gives him money, but he doesn't respect him, right? He'll laugh at him, but he doesn't see him as his equal. He doesn't see him as somebody he'd want marrying his daughter or somebody he'd want to do business with. He sees him in a role, the same way a man sees women when he goes to the strip club. He's like, I just want you shaking your ass. I don't want to have a conversation with you, right? So that's what the white man is seeing, and he's consuming the entertainment because he's like, wow, that boy really can sing. That boy really is talented, right? Now the black boy is watching the guy on stage, and he's watching the white man. He's watching both of them. And he's a busboy, right? He ain't got no money. He's in the struggle, and he's looking at 2 things. He's like, okay, wait a minute. If I act like that, I can get money from him. And he treats him better than he treats me because he's giving him money, and all I get is, whatever minimum wage I'm getting. So if I want to be successful, then I should imitate the guy on stage. Do you follow what I'm saying? Give me a yes or no if you follow what I'm saying. How black boys are influenced by the minstrel shows that are broadcast worldwide in hip hop. You'll never run out of a supply of black boys willing to participate in the minstrel show because they see that as the pathway to success, because they're watching the rapper and they're also watching all the white people who love the rapper. They go to a Travis Scott concert. I was down in Texas, and I saw a bunch of white kids, a bunch of weird college white kids, and they all had like backpacks and sleeping bags, and I was like, so what are y'all down here for? Because they were down for college or something, and they said, oh, we're here for Astro World or some shit. I forgot what it was called. And I was like, oh, that's the Travis Scott thing, right? And they're like, yeah, dude, yeah, we're down here for Astro World, right? So think about this. You're a young black kid, and you're like, how do I go get some money? And you go to a Travis Scott concert, and I'm not dissing Travis Scott. I got to learn more about his music. But you go to a Travis Scott concert, and you see him up there, and he's dating a Kardashian, and he's got all this money and a mouth full of gold. Again, he's doing the minstrel show thing. A lot of the rappers have to do the minstrel show. Like, that's how you get attention. You must be extra, right? So he's got extra, I think he's got extra shit in his teeth, extra jewelry on, extra this, extra that, right? And then you're also seeing 100,000 fans out in the crowd cheering this guy on. And that's what makes you say, ooh, that must be a successful black man. That must be a successful black man. So, but what I would dare to ask at the end of the day is I would say, okay, maybe we need to stop for a second and process what it means to be a successful black man. This is not pro or anti Travis Scott. I don't know much about him. I got to research him a little bit more. All I know is he dates a Kardashian and he's famous. If you had 20 million black men who did everything Travis Scott does, like just behaved exactly like him, married a Kardashian, like engaged in whatever lifestyle he engages in, would the black community be better? or worse? Yes or no? Would we be better off as a community or worse off? Yes or no? Or would we be better off? We wouldn't be. I don't think we'd be better off. And I think that what we have to do is say, what is a successful black man? And then when we define what a successful black man is, we have to stop being white supremacists when we do it. Stop being a white supremacist. I'm not talking to the white man about being a white supremacist. White folks are going to continue to act white. I'm talking to the black people who are white supremacists. The reason I tell you to stop being a white supremacist is because too much of your measure of what it means to be a successful black man is connected to whether or not they get validation from a white man. You will think that a Negro is successful just because he's on TV. You think a black person is balling just because they got some money in the bank. You will go to a black person who got a record deal or a book deal or a TV deal and meet that person and say, "Oh my God, you're my hero. I just admire you so much." What do you admire? You know, what are you admiring? Like what that they got on TV, that what you're in the show Empire and that makes you a successful black person? No, that does not make you a successful black person. What makes you a successful black person in the world, in the B1 philosophy, remember B1, black first, type B1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. My measure of a successful black person is what is your contribution to the black community? What have you done in your life and where are you in your life that is making the world better for black people? How many black children are going to be safer because you existed? How many black people are going to be better educated? How many black people are going to be able to feed their families better because you existed? How many black people are going to have their minds elevated because you were around? You know, one factor that really is evidence to show that you guys, a lot of us in here, a lot of people in our community are white supremacists. One factor of proof and evidence I submit to you is the fact that many of your kids know more about George Washington than they know about Marcus Garvey. You know more about George Washington than you know about Marcus Garvey. What the fuck is that? How in the world do your children know more about a slave master than they know about a slave liberator? Shame on you. Shame on all of us. Shame on us. Shame. I say that and I throw myself in that bucket because a lot of us got tricked into this. You see, you don't understand that the goal of the white supremacist educational system is to produce a white supremacist, even if you're black. So when you go to school and you're learning all these wonderful things that white people did and learning nothing wonderful that black people have done other than not sat at the back of the bus, other than marched in the civil rights movement, other than a couple other flash points in history that really are pretty much glossed over, then you're pretty much being trained to be a white supremacist. Because you can't tell me that all of black history, that 20,000 years of black and African history can be collapsed into "we shall overcome." What is wrong with you, man? Seriously. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to make this point really clear. I don't hate rappers. I want to see them do better. I don't want to see, it makes me sad every year I see a rapper die, at least one or two. I think the last one to die was a guy, Juice WRLD, right out of Chicago at the airport, right down the street from, not far from my house. Made me very sad, very sad. And then I was really sad. I connect dots. I don't just assume that things just happen. I connect the dots on it. And I remember him saying that he started using drugs and popping Molly because he was listening to the rapper Future, who actually was mass marketing drugs and popping Molly and all this other stuff. And so, again, I don't know how guilty Future feels for the fact that he influenced this young black man to kill himself. And not to say that it's completely his fault, but I will say that there is a responsibility that you have when you are an older black man that young black men look up to. Part of manhood means acknowledging the responsibility that you have. So when I come in here and I say I want to go into Uncle Boyce mode, what I'm saying to you is I acknowledge my responsibility for the fact that I'm shaping some of your minds. I'm older than some of you, and I know a few things that some of you may not know. Maybe you didn't have a parent that told you, but I go out of my way. I get criticized because people are like, "Oh, you should only talk about finances, only talk about," and I basically give them the middle finger, and I say, "No, I'm here as a black man to be a leader for those who are looking for some sort of guidance and leadership to help them see the light in the middle of darkness and chaos and insanity. I have a responsibility to do that, even if that means that I'm gonna lose a few friends in the process. Even if that means I'm gonna be seen as controversial. Even if that means that I could never go work for a white man for the rest of my life. I don't give a shit. I don't care about that. What I care about is sharing what I know and helping you see things in a way that's gonna help you succeed and help you win. This is really about you. So don't, anybody who gets offended by what I say, maybe I dissed your favorite rapper, you thought that I did. I want you to kind of move past that. And I want you to understand what it sounds like when a black person is trying to help you. I'm really trying to help you, and I'm connecting the dots and saying that that rapper Juice WRLD in Chicago did not have to die. When I see DaBaby getting arrested over thug shit, like I'm kind of sad because I see this brother, he's an intelligent young man. I'm like, man, like, what's happening, brother? Like, what's going on? Like, did you really have to go beat the man's ass and take his money? There's other ways you can solve this issue, right? Why would you punch a woman in the face? Yeah, she hit you with the phone, but come on, man, did you really have to do that? Like, that's what I really want to say to these guys. But that's not going to be seen in the way it's intended. It's going to be seen as, oh, dog, he hating on you, dog. He hating on you. He hating on you. Yeah, but they're going to hate on your ass all the way to prison. And when they drop that 20-year sentence on you and your children grow up without a father, you're going to have a lot of time to reflect on all the times where the people who really cared about you were being dwarfed by the people who were trying to make money off you. Bobby Shmurda is a perfect example of that. Bobby Shmurda has been sitting in prison quietly, and ain't nobody checking for Bobby right now. But my heart went out to that young kid because he wasn't nothing but 18, 19 years old, and somebody taught him an incorrect definition of what it means to be a successful black man. I would talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine, but he's not African American. But at the same time, the analogy still applies. And also, he did use black people to become whatever he became, which obviously was not who he really wanted to be. And so the examples can really go on. There's a ton of examples out there, and I just think that we as a community should just think about this too. They have music that mass promotes drug addiction to young black men. Like, they literally will have a song basically saying, "Go pop a Molly, go pop a Molly, go pop a Molly," whatever, right? I said, that's kind of like a corporation marketing opioids to white people. And then I said, wait a minute, they're not allowed to do that. The government makes it illegal to mass market opioids to people around the country, around the world. They've made laws against that. You can't mass promote cigarettes anymore. You can't. I think even liquor has regulations on how you can run liquor ads. So if everything is regulated, if cigarettes are regulated, and liquor is regulated, and opioids are regulated, why is the marketing in music not regulated to say you can't go rap to 8-year-olds about popping mollies, right? And it goes even deeper than that. When you talk about the sexualization of young black girls, Cardi B, I respect the fact that you 28 30 years old, whatever, and you want to go shake some ass. Lizzo, you can go twerk yo jelly rolls as much as you want to. But when you're promoting sexualization to 7 or 8-year-old girls, you're no different than R. Kelly, because you're preparing these little girls to become R. Kelly victims by the time they're 11 or 12 years old, because ain't nobody out here supporting the idea of teaching a 7-year-old girl how to give a blowjob. But they rap about that in their music, and the children are consuming this. And I'm sitting there feeling like, it's like one of those moments where you feel like you're born on the wrong planet, where I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck is this? You don't do that with children. But I'm the hater. Oh, dog, you hating on Lizzo. I ain't hating on Lizzo. Lizzo's hating on us. If you out here harming the black community, ain't nobody hating on you. We're checking you, because you must hate us. You hate us more than a Klansman does, because you don't care nothing about us having stable families. You don't care nothing about safety in your community. You don't care nothing about people in your community being better and more intelligent, more successful. All you care about is making a dollar from a white man. So if anybody should get criticized for being the ultimate hater, it would have to be you. We're loving our community when we defend it. You're hating the community by your behavior. So that's the way I see it. And just know I'm not changing. I'm not backing down on none of this. I think about everything. When I hear the criticism, I process and I say, was that accurate? And then I say, no, that was not accurate. We have to change our paradigm in terms of how we think. And actually, if you guys want to know more of my thoughts on this issue, you can have my book for free. It's basically where I write out a new paradigm for Black America. It's called "It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar." A new paradigm for Black America. It's a short read, and it focuses on the 4 issues that I addressed with Minister Farrakhan at a Chicago summit in 2013: wealth, education, family, and community. A new paradigm for Black America. So, and we actually did a new paradigm tour and went to different cities and stuff like that. This was a few years ago, but the book is available. You can go to DrBoyceWatkins.net. That's DrBoyceWatkins.net. So if you want to understand what my vision is in terms of what I think it's going to take for us to at least chop off a strand of our community and make that community as great as possible, go take a look at that book. I laid that out years ago, but it actually is consistent with what my ideology is in terms of the fact that we got to do better, man. We got to do better. We can't have people out here misrepresenting us and acting like that's what it means to be Black. Come on, seriously. What the hell is that, where ignorance is considered synonymous with Blackness? Can your community ever win? Can your community ever get ahead? Can your community ever catch up? Can your community ever succeed if ignorance is synonymous with Blackness? That don't make no damn sense. Seriously. So please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the share button. Please hit the subscribe button before you go. Everybody on the count of 3, please hit the thumbs up button. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Also, if you want a free e-copy of the book, you can go to DrBoyceWatkins.net. Last but not least, I'll be in Atlanta next week on the 13th. You can go to DrBoyceAtlanta.com if you'd like to come to that event. We only have 50 slots, so it's going to be a small event. I'll do a bigger one later on. Also, I'll be in Hanover, Maryland, doing an all-day wealth summit. There's a casino out there. I got to go look. I think it's called the Live Casino or something. It's in Hanover, Maryland. So if you'd like to go to that, go to springintowealth.com. That's springintowealth.com. So feel free to go check that out. And don't forget, we're doing a big event at the Essence Music Fest in July. I'll be at the Power Networking Conference. Alicia and I get married in the South Side of Chicago on July 11th. I want to celebrate Black love out loud. I want to celebrate the Black woman out loud. That's why I'm making it public. I know it seems a little weird, but really that's what it is. I think that we don't respect and celebrate the Black woman the way we should. I think the Black woman is incredibly unique, and there's nothing better. There's nothing better. I don't love the Black woman out of loyalty. I love the Black woman out of quality, for the fact that I think that we have the best women on the planet, and it doesn't take a lot for me to say Black women are just amazing in every way. And I could go down the list, but I'm not going to do that right now. But also, don't forget the All Black National Convention is going to happen in October. So we'll put up the tickets for that very, very soon as well. So if you want to come to the wedding, you can actually come. Everybody can come. The church is really big. The URL to RSVP at the wedding is boyceandalicia.com. That's boyceandalicia.com. And on that page, you can come for free. But we will ask you to make a donation to the Boyce and Alicia Watkins Foundation. And the #1 goal of the foundation is we want to raise a lot of money, as much as possible, for independent Black-owned schools, because we believe Black people should be educating our children, not other people. Other people miseducate our kids, but we've got Black educators who accurately educate our kids, and I want to get those people the money they deserve, the budgets they deserve. So if you can, please make a donation when you come through. We'd appreciate that. We don't want any wedding gifts. We want all the proceeds to go to the foundation so that we can give that money to the children, and we'll be transparent, and we'll let you guys know exactly where that money's going. Ain't no shady stuff going on. We just want to build our own school system, and that's my dream, and I'm going to make that shit happen no matter what it takes. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you for listening to my spiel. I love you. I appreciate you. And all the rappers who are offended or butthurt by what I said, just know I don't hate rappers. And anybody who feels that they got criticized on this platform is welcome to come on and defend themselves. DaBaby, whoever, that you can come in and you can give me your point of view, and I'm going to respect that. So I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Have a great day, and I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Peace.